Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the podium Mr. Clarry Benn this morning. And after he speaks, the program should proceed as your bulletin indicates.
Thank you very much. Senator the Honorable Paula Obispun, Minister of Trade and Industry, Dr. the Honorable Nayan Gatsby-Dali, Minister of Community Development, Culture and the Arts, Ms. Natalie Willis, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Labor and Small Enterprise Department, Dr. Kern Tobias, President, Caribbean Union Conference of SA, and Chairman of the Board of Trustees, University of the Southern Caribbean. Members of the business community, Board of Trustees, Vice Presidents, Deans, and members of the administration, University of the Southern Caribbean. Dr. Romero, Dean, School of Business, Entrepreneurship and Continuing Professional Studies and Seminar Coordinator. Representatives from the Caribbean Union Conference and South Caribbean Conference of SCA. Representatives of the academic institutions of Trinidad and Tobago. Members of the media. Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good morning. I have been asked to bring special greetings from the National Entrepreneurship Development Company, NEDCO. But before I do so, let me take the opportunity to congratulate the University of the Southern Caribbean, and in particular, the School of Business, Entrepreneurship and Continuing Professional Studies, under the leadership of Dr. Brother Pablo Ramela, for hosting this, your 8th Annual Business Development Seminar and Expo. I am aware that the planning for this seminar and expo was commenced several months ago, and today represents the culmination of all these efforts, the energy and time injected into the planning of this event. I commend you for the theme you have chosen, and that is the role of entrepreneurship and trade in economic development, with special reference to Trinidad and Tobago. It could not have been a more appropriate theme, given the domestic socio-economic environment. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring greetings from the Board of Directors, Management, and I see Mr. Mays is here, representing management, and staff of the National Entrepreneurship Development Company. At a time when the company is in the throes of a restructuring and rebranding exercise, the initial part of which is scheduled to come to an end at the end of this month. So come May 1st, 2018, there will be a newly minted NEDCO, which will be geared toward creating a sustainable, self-reliant, process-driven, socio-economic oriented, lean, entrepreneurial development institution. This we see as being consistent with and is deemed a prerequisite for the successful execution of the new mandate the government of Trinidad and Tobago through our line ministry as outlined for NEDCO. As I speak to you today, the ink on our newly produced strategic plan 2019-2023 has not yet dried. In fact, we are currently putting the finishing touches on the document to be forwarded to our line ministry during the course of this coming week. sure that our Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Natalie Willis, will breathe a sigh of relief on hearing this. Now, while I am not at liberty to disclose the contents of the plan at this stage, I think I can disclose to you that one of the components of the new mandate given to NEDCO is what I call Item 4. And it states thus, and I quote, "The establishment of partnerships with public sector and other non-governmental organizations in the development and implementation of small enterprise development programs," unquote. It is in this specific context that NEDCO and the University of the Southern Caribbean, perhaps through the School of Business, can re-establish a relationship geared to enhance the development of the small and micro enterprise sector and entrepreneurship development generally in Trinidad and Tobago. I therefore give notice here that one of the pillars on which the trust of the new NEDCO will be built will be through tertiary level institutions like your good self, which can be urged to encourage students to create, to innovate, to invent the production of goods and services which in themselves can stimulate sustained economic activity. I was very heartened to hear Dr. Chesley earlier, and even the discussion we had prior to the commencement of the proceedings, that you here at USC are actually seeing evidence of this trend among your graduates. Congratulations. Now, earlier, I used the term re-establish a relationship with USC. And I use this term because before the assumption to office of the current board of directors at NEDCO, I'm fully aware that there was a relationship between NEDCO and the University of the Southern Caribbean. My information is that your institution, the USC, together with other tertiary educational institutions in the country, namely UWI and COSTAC, were assigned the role of training providers for the National Integrated Business Incubation System, IBIS. I understand further that the specific assignment of USC at the launch of the program in 2011 was the provision of training sessions in the San Grande cohort from October 2011 to May 2012, with the facilitation of field trips and other extracurricular activities. The USC was also asked to conduct the orientation training module for the San Lavantil cohort during the period June to July 2012. In addition to that, the USC program was expanded to include the Cuba cohort at the ETIC Chaguanas facility. I provide this detail merely to establish the fact that NEDCO and USC have had a very strong professional relationship in the past. I am sure that you will be happy to learn that one of the components of the restructuring exercise to which I referred earlier is that the activities of the IBIS program will be fully integrated within the operations of the new NEDCO, so that there will no longer be the uncertainty as to where the responsibility for the incubation activities lie. The emphasis of the program will be that it should not only be appropriately structured, but that the benefits to be derived from the program should not be limited to the participants, but that all of Trinidad and Tobago should be beneficiaries of the incubation program as it is rolled out throughout the country. You will certainly hear much more about this in weeks and months to come. As I come to the end of my short address, I want to repeat the notice I sounded earlier, that the new NEDCO will be challenging institutions like the US and other tertiary educational institutions to foster and promote the gospel of entrepreneurship, particularly among the student folk, so that we can collectively gradually remove that mindset, referred to earlier, of educating ourselves so that we can work for others. We at NEDCO have been observing a quiet but effective change in the thinking of tertiary institutional graduates who are being driven by the current economic realities, which basically demand of graduates to become self-reliant and financially self-sufficient. The self-employment option, again referred to earlier, is a very attractive option in Trinidad and Tobago at this time. We at NEDCO are witnessing a cadre of young graduates who are establishing themselves as entrepreneurs, with many of them performing extremely well, notwithstanding the given domestic socio-economic environment. And so, if it is one theme which ought to emerge from today's conference and expo, is the need to be self-sufficient and the pursuit of self-sufficiency by individuals, particularly students who would have been and who would have acquired the basic academic training to so pursue. And so as I close, let me on behalf of the Board of Directors, management and staff of NEDCO wish that your 8th annual seminar and expo be a resounding success. Thank you very much.